I'm ready.
Okay,
Should
we're
we-
rolling.
okay. We're now inside of the House of Hits recording studio where all the magic is made. Matter of fact, this was only half the size in the beginning. None of this beautiful stuff was here at the time. In the beginning, this was my bedroom. This was the room where I would sleep and think up.
Hold on a second, please. And anytime.
We are now inside of the House of Hits. This is where all the magic is created for all the groups. The music, and sometimes steps. Everything is done in this room. A lot of times I'll put the guys back here behind the speakers and say, okay, well, I'm going to play your song, and you got to sit over there and dance. Let me see, can you dance to it while you're singing to it? But in the beginning, this room was only half this size, and all this beautiful stuff was not in here. This was my bedroom. Matter of fact, I would, sleep and think of hit songs. I'd wake up, and I'd sleep really almost under the console. I'd wake up and say, I got a keyboard there, and I'd start writing a song. I'd turn the tape machine on. So when it was half the size, we didn't really have it wasn't a floor. I mean, you could hear the planes go by. There was no cushions. Matter of fact, Joe stood in this area right here. In front, the console was about right here, and it was just this little space. Joe sung here, and no singing booth, nothing. He just sung, Please Don't Go Girl, right in front of the console. Most times you'll have a singing booth, you have a headset. Joe had none of that. He just sung, and I said, Joe, we got to make this thing a hit record so I can at least get a singing booth. And everybody poured their heart into it. I truly think that Hanging Tough symbol definitely belongs, if it belongs to any group, it's New Kids on the Block. And just so much, we had so much fun. We hung out here. I mean, a lot of times we'd all just sleep out. If we had to sleep on the floor together, I mean, most times I'd throw a little bunk in here, bed, one or two, and all six of us, myself and the five kids, we'd work till we go to sleep. We'd all just be sitting there laid out. And we had a lot of fun, though. Loved every minute of it. And we'd do it again over and over and over and over again.
I have some questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What makes each new kid different and apart from each other? Start with my question again.
No, I got it.
Okay.
The thing that makes each new kid on the block different from each other is their personalities, their charm. But one thing they all do have in common is determination. But if I had to break it all down, I would say Donnie got to be a charmer and a half. I mean, the way when he comes at you with such a subtle approach. Hi. And you say, but when he's on stage, he's so demanding. I mean, he works the audience. He put so much into it. I mean, the two sides of Donnie Wahlberg. The hard-working guy on stage, and then the softest guy in the world off stage. Then you have Joe, Joe is the same on and off stage. Joe is a performer. I mean, he just has fun all the time. He's walking around and he's always singing, I got magic, ah, da, 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 and he does the same thing on stage. Joe is Joe all the time. Jordan is the hard worker. Then actually, when he's not on stage, he's very shy himself. He'll come in, he'll play the piano. Matter of fact, Jordan wrote the Tommy Page song. He was right here in this corner playing piano, and I was sitting about here, going through a few things on some paperwork. And he said, Maurice, I've been working on this song, and it was first supposed to go on New Kids album. And he said, I want to call it I'll Be Your Everything. And him and Danny worked on the lyrics and everything. And it was a #1 song for Tommy Page. I was so proud of them to see them, do something that they felt like they could do also. That's produce and write songs. Now, Jonathan. Jonathan, is he the same all the time? Yeah. Jonathan is very shy. I tell you, he's actually next to Rick West. Jonathan is probably the shyest entertainer I've ever met in my life. He's a very good gentleman. He's good-hearted. He's very sweet, kind, all those good things. But his shyness really is a different type of shyness. It's not like when Donnie's off stage, he can say hi. John is more or less like, you're my best friend. How you doing? Yeah. And so that's John thing, and people love him for that. Then of course there's Danny, the wild and crazy guy. Well, he's part two to Donnie, because Donnie can be a wild and crazy guy too, but Danny is the wild and crazy guy. But once it's time to do television or whatever, Danny, he comes to grips with himself. He's like the professional. He's the guy who, if anybody want to be a engineer, or anybody want to be a producer, anybody want to learn everything about making a record, Danny's your man. He got to know, man. I come in here work in the studio. He said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I want to know. Then he got his pencil and his pad. What's this for right here? Tell me what everything on the mixing board is for. That's what Danny's the guy who want to be knowledgeable. He don't want you to be doing anything that he don't know what you're doing. There's no more. That's all five.
We got another.
Have been the person that has really helped him a lot, because he'll be more ready next time.
But it's funny, I had...
That little rubber piece that was Why on. don't you guys go on and step out? I'm gonna get a couple shots of that.
yeah.
I can't find it anymore. It fell off somewhere. Sure.
Let me see what it looked like.
It's a little rubber socket, that goes on the eyepiece.
Okay, I'll look for it. If we find it, we find it.
Oh, easy. Looking good. Okay. Just write that down. Hi, this is Maurice Starr on the New Kids Trivia Line.
All right, speak again, Maurice.
Hi, this is Maurice Starr on the New Kids Trivia Line.
All right, again.
Hi, this is Maurice Starr on the New Kids Trivia Line.
Okay, just remember to speak up. You get a soft voice every once in a while.
Okay.
We've got traffic
Sure.
and everything to deal with. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, he's just going to... Wait, we're not going to move yet, John.
Okay.
Okay, anytime.
Hi, this is Maurice Starr. Okay, once again. Ready?
Okay.
Hi, this is Maurice Starr on the New Kids Trivia Line. And our trivia question for today is, what is Jordan's secret wish? What are the names of Jordan's two Siamese cats? What is Jordan's favorite book? What is Jordan's favorite song? What was Jordan's biggest thrill? What was the first record that John purchased? What are John's favorite colors? What is John's biggest pet peeve? Name two of John's favorite TV shows. What is John's favorite childhood memory? What is Joseph McIntyre's middle name? Who is Joseph's favorite actress?
Say that again.
Who is Joseph's favorite actress? What musical instrument is Joe studying? What is Joe's hobby? What is Joe's idea of an ideal date? What is Donnie's favorite song? What is Donnie's favorite holiday? Donnie's favorite book is.
Again, please.
Donnie's favorite book is.
What is Donnie's favorite car?
What is Donnie's favorite car? What makes Donnie sad? Who is Danny's favorite cartoon character?
And then we got to put a what. What is Danny's favorite
Okay.
sport? What?
Okay.
Okay.
What is Danny's favorite sport?
Hold on. Again?
What is Danny's favorite sport? What is Danny's favorite?
Vacation.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay.
What is Danny's favorite vacation spot? What is Danny's favorite movie? What is Danny's future? Oh, hold on. Okay. I wasn't sure. Was like forward or whatever. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
What is Danny's? What is Danny's future plans?
What are
What?
Danny's future plans?
Okay. What are Danny's futures? Okay. What are Danny's future plans? Name one very important family fact that all five guys have in common. What are the nicknames for each new kid? Okay. What are the What are the nicknames for each new kid? What was the name? Oh, 1 second. You get that's kind
What was the name of the band before New Kids on the Block?
okay. What was the name of the band before New Kids on the Block?
What day in history is New Kids on the Block Day?
Okay. What day in history is New Kids on the Block Day?
And what vacation resort is New Kids on the Block favorite fun spot?
And what and or just what?
Just what?
What vacation resort is New Kids on the Block favorite fun spot? Okay. What vacation resort is New Kids on the